Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Strong Math. Today in this video we'll discuss about complex number. In this video we'll discuss about the basic concepts on complex numbers as well as some important formula. So watch the video very carefully and don't skip the video. What is the definition of complex number? A number which is of the form x plus iy, where x and y both are real number. These are denotes the set of real numbers, and I is known as iota. Here I is known as iota. Okay, I equals to root over minus 1 is called a complex number. Okay, so we often take any complex number as z. So z equals to x plus iy. What is the real part and imaginary part? This one is the real part. So real part is x, and what is imaginary part? The term which is involved with iota is known as imaginary part. Now moving on to the next section, integral power of I. So as we know that the value of iota is root over minus 1, that is I square equals to minus 1. If we take I cube, then this will be minus I, and I to the power 4 will be 1. Okay, so these are the integral parts of iota. I equals to root over minus 1, I square equals to minus 1, I cube equals to minus I, and I to the power 4 equals to 1. We can write any complex number as an ordered pair element, that is, if z equals to x plus iy, then we can write z as ordered pair element xy. So here you have to learn what is the complex number in Cartesian coordinate axis. For complex number, basically we denote it on a plane which is known as Argand plane, and there are two axes. This is real axis, okay, and this one is imaginary axis. This is origin. Okay, suppose this is any point z which is equals to x plus iy, then along real axis we have to go x unit of distance, and along imaginary axis we have to go y unit of distance. Okay, then we can reach to the point z which is equals to x plus iy. This is real axis, this is imaginary axis. Now moving on to the algebraic compositions of complex number. Addition of two complex numbers. Suppose z1 complex number which is x1 plus I y1, and z2 is another complex number which is x2 plus iota y2. Then if we add them, then z1 plus z2 gives us x1 plus x2, that is taking the real parts together, plus iota into y1 plus y2. That is, for the addition of two complex numbers we have to add their real parts and corresponding their imaginary parts. Similarly, for subtraction, if we consider these two complex numbers, then z1 minus z2 gives us x1 minus x2, that is, we have take the difference between the real parts plus iota into y1 minus y2. Okay, this is the basic concept on addition and subtraction. Now for multiplication, if we multiply z1 into z2, that is x1 plus iota y1 into x2 plus iota y2, this will gives us the value of the product of these two complex numbers as x1 x2 minus y1 y2. Okay, this is the real part of the product, plus iota, that is the imaginary part, will be x1 y2 plus y1 x2. This is the product of the given complex numbers z1 and z2. You have to remember the multiplication of two complex numbers z1 and z2 gives us their real parts as x1 x2 minus y1 y2 and the imaginary part as x1 y2 plus y1 x2 with iota. For division, if we divide the complex number z1 by z2, then this will gives us the value of the division as x1 plus iota y1 by x2 plus iota y2, which gives us the value of the division as x1 x2 plus y1 y2 divided by x2 square plus y2 square. This is the real part of the division, and with iota the imaginary part will be y1 x2 minus x1 y2 divided by x2 square plus y2 square. So this was the algebraic operations with complex numbers. Okay, now you have to remember some important notes regarding algebraic operations. What are they? Addition of complex numbers satisfies the commutative law as well as associative law or properties. Suppose z1 and z2 are two complex numbers. If we add them, then commutative law holds for addition, that is z1 plus z2 equals to z2 plus z1. Commutative law holds for three complex numbers z1, z2 and z3. The associative law also holds, that is z1 plus z2 plus z3 gives us z1 plus z2 plus z3. Another one, multiplication of complex numbers satisfies the commutative law as well as associative laws. Similarly, for multiplication, if we take two complex numbers z1 and z2, if we multiply them, then this multiplication satisfies the commutative law, that is z1 into z2 equals to z2 into z1, as well as associative law, that is z1 into z2 in brackets into z3 gives us z1 into z2 into z3. Okay, now multiplication of complex numbers is distributive over the addition. So if we take any complex number z1, another two complex numbers, suppose z2 and z3, and add them, then if we multiply with z1, then this will gives us z1 into z2 plus z1 into z3. This property is known as distributive property, right? Let's discuss about some examples what you have already learned in this video lecture. Number one, by using the concept of iota, find or evaluate I to the power 35 and this one. So for the first example, let's find out the value of I to the power 35. How? So iota to the power 35, we know that I to the power 4 equals to 1. So you have to make the power of iota in terms of or multiple of 4. So let's write iota to the power 4. Now whole to the power 8 gives us 4 8 is 32. So we have I cube left, and I to the power 4 is 1. Now what this becomes iota to the power cube, and we know that I cube equals to minus I. So I to the power 35 is nothing but minus iota. Now if we want to calculate the value of minus of root over minus 1 whole to the power 4n plus 3, where n is any natural number. Okay, you know that root over minus 1 is nothing but the iota. So let's write this one in terms of iota. So we have minus iota whole to the power 4n plus 3. Now let's apply the exponent's law or law of exponent. Minus iota whole to the power 4n plus means into minus iota whole cube, right? Now it gives us minus iota to the power 4 whole to the power n, right, into minus iota cube. And we all know that I to the power 4 or iota to the power 4 gives us 1. So this will be minus 1 whole to the power n, and iota cube is minus I. So this will be minus I, and minus minus plus, so nothing but the iota. Look here, we have done a mistake, minus I to the power 4n. So this must be minus iota to the power 4, that will be plus 1, right? So this will be 1 to the power n into iota. This is nothing but the iota. Express the following number in standard form. First one is 5 plus 4i. Okay, let's write 5 plus 4i by 4 plus 5i, right? So how to express this number in standard form? Let's multiply the numerator and denominator with its conjugate of the denominator. What is conjugate of a complex number? We will discuss after some times. So 5 plus 4i by 4 plus 5i. Let's multiply with the conjugate of the denominator, which gives us 4 minus 5i by 4 minus 5i. Okay, so this equals to, let's multiply term by term. 5 4s are 20 minus 25 iota plus 16 iota minus 20 iota square whole divided by, look, this is a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square, right? So this gives 16 minus 25 iota square, which is nothing but, look, 20 and I square equals to minus 1. So this will be 20 plus 20. I square minus 1 into minus 20 is plus 20. And this will be minus 25 iota plus 16 iota gives us minus 9 iota divided by 16. I square is minus 1. So this becomes plus 25. So this is 40 minus 9 iota by 41. This equals to 40 by 41 minus iota into 9 by 41. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and comment, and obviously please do subscribe my channel Strong Math. Mention your query. Keep watching. Thank you.